Ladies and gentlemen, this story comes out of Georgia. I don't know about the city specifically. Maybe it'll say here in a minute. But Georgia as a state is going to have to hold the L for this particular story. And before I give details, I keep forgetting I need to do this. I need to give a disclaimer just to make sure that people who have an issue with my type of content are fully aware that you might find this content offensive and controversial. The information comes from multiple sources, including court records, documents, and interviews. The commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of the story. The point of this is try to prevent these tragedies going forward. Viewer discretion is advised, and that is your official disclaimer. Pause it right there if you need to. I want y'all to look. Let me see if I can go back real quick. I want y'all to look at this beautiful baby girl right here. As a 1-year-old girl, and authorities in Georgia are investigating after a double murder-suicide claimed the lives of not only that little girl and both of her parents. Now, a statement indicates that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation issued a statewide Amber Alert for the little girl that you saw on my screen. Let me skip past that fool's picture real quick. For her. That was 1-year-old Chakari Bennett on Saturday evening, soon after she was abducted from her mother's Covington home by her father. Now, according to police, officers were dispatched to the home at approximately 11:15 p.m. after arriving to find the body of Keyshawn Washington, who was the child's mother. The 38-year-old mother had been fatally shot. Police found Washington's mother inside the home. She too had been shot multiple times, but she survived. I know she is in critical care right now, so keep her prayer hands up in the chat for the grandmother. Before being transported to an area hospital, Chakari's grandmother told police that the baby had been taken by her father by the name of Darian Bennett, who's 38 years old. That guy. 38 years old. The grandmother remains in critical condition, and I'm getting this article from people.com, so thank you for the article. An Amber Alert was issued for Chakari, and overnight police searched the area for any sign of her or her father's black Honda Civic. On Sunday morning, Darian Bennett called 911 and told them he was behind a church in Riverdale, Georgia, about to kill his baby, about the end of life of his baby. And I'm sure that is got to be the worst call if you're a dispatcher that you ever want to hear. Not only a child, but the moments before it happens. That's got to be heartbreaking. That's got to really mess with your mental state. That bothers me even just thinking about that. But Riverdale police rushed to the scene and heard gunfire as they were pulling up to the church. So I don't know if that's the way he planned to do that or not. But the Georgia Bureau of Investigation alleges that Bennett killed his daughter before turning the gun on himself. So it sounds like he ended his own life. But anybody with information about the double murder-suicide is asked to call the Newton County Sheriff's Office at 706-717-9915. Let me give you guys the fair usage. I'll give you more of my thoughts here on it in just a second. Here we go. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And yes, I do think this is going to end up being premeditated. If you guys would do me a favor and click that thumbs up, share the memory of this baby Chakari Bennett. Share this memory, share this story, and let's try to get this out there, okay? Here we go. Let's get it.
A community in shock as they mourn one of their own.
Now to see this happen right next door to me.
Fred McClurkin says his street in Covington was quiet and calm, which is why he and his wife never expected for their neighbor to be shot and her daughter killed.
I went and woke my husband up. I was like, Fred, there's something going on at Peggy's house. Get up, get up, get up. So We come outside, and 5 minutes after we come
Everything's out
outside,
here,
they
you know.
brought out 2 gurneys.
According to the Newton County Sheriff's Office, 38-year-old Darian Bennett kidnapped his 1-year-old daughter, Jaquari Bennett, from this home just after 11 p.m. Saturday. Before leaving, they say he shot 2 people inside, killing the child's mother and critically injuring her grandmother.
I just cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. It's just, and now the baby is dead. Those 2 kids that lost their mother and their sister. You know, it's just
Crazy.
Investigators say Bennett called the Riverdale Police Department early Sunday morning, saying he was going to kill himself. The call was eventually traced to a vehicle 40 miles away in Riverdale. It was there police found the bodies nearby of Darian and Jaquari Bennett. Sergeant Jack Redlinger with the Newton County Sheriff's Office says it's believed Darian killed Jaquari before turning the gun on himself.
This could happen to anybody, and of course, you know, domestic situations are probably the worst.
Family and friends stopped by the home throughout the day, some paying respects, while others, like the McClurkins, try to grapple with what happened. In Newton County,
also a top story tonight, the search for a young girl coming to a heartbreaking, devastating end. The girl has been killed along with her mother, and her grandmother is fighting to stay alive as we speak. The kidnapper, the girl's father, took his own life. 11 Alive's Karis Belcher has been on this story all day. She breaks down what happened.
a community in shock as they mourn one of their own.
Now to see this happen right now.
A series of violent events lead to a 1-year-old Newton County girl and her mother dead. The man accused of killing them both is the girl's own father. Tonight, he's also dead after investigators say he killed himself. Fox 5's Joy Dukes is live tonight from where the father and child were found. Joy, this is absolutely heartbreaking for this community.
Yeah, Alex, absolutely. Just a very sad story here. We're told that the child's father killed her mother and then shot her grandmother in the head before fleeing, shooting her and then himself. Now, this all started at a home in Covington, but it ended here on the property of this church on Riverdale Road. We spoke with churchgoers and neighbors who said that they are shocked and just heartbroken. An Amber Alert Sunday morning out of Covington came to a tragic end in Riverdale.
Kills the baby and himself. A coward does that. What is the world coming to?
Authorities say Darian Javaris Bennett kidnapped his 1-year-old daughter, Jaquari Bennett, late Saturday night and called 911, threatening to kill himself just after 7 a.m. the next morning. Before police could get to them, he shot her behind Riverdale United Methodist Church and then took his own life.
I just could not believe it. I was like in shock because we've never had anything like this happen on our property.
Church leaders of Riverdale UMC said they were just arriving to prepare for services when they were notified about what happened just a few hundred feet from their place of worship.
The fact that something this devastating happened here just, again, makes you want to cry out to God because we need prayer.
According to officials, Bennett shot and killed Jaquari's mother, who had 2 other children. Investigators say he also shot the baby's grandmother twice in the head before he took off with her. Her condition is unknown.
It's just crazy. The kids are crying. The mother's going. The grandmothers don't know what's going to happen. She's in a trauma unit.
One neighbor in Covington says he witnessed the initial scene.
They walk out and cops are everywhere.
While residents in Riverdale said they didn't know the gunshots they heard were related to the Amber Alert they woke up to.
Did not know it was this close to me. Did not know. Wow, I can't believe this. So when y'all get those Amber Alerts, get out and look around. Go outside, look around, because you never know.
Neighbors close to the victim said that little Jaquari was killed before she could even walk. Police say that they do not know what triggered this, and they don't have any prior knowledge of any mental health issues or arrests that Bennett may have had, but they hope to have more information on that in the coming days. We're live in Riverdale tonight. Joy Dukes, Fox 5 News.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation put out an Amber Alert early Sunday morning in hopes of finding a missing girl, 1-year-old Jaquari Bennett. Sadly, an hour later, they confirmed that she had died. Jaquari was abducted by her father, 38-year-old Darian Javaris Bennett, on Saturday night, according to WGCL. Before taking the child, he killed her mother and injured her grandmother in this home, according to the Newton County Sheriff's Office. Bennett then shot and killed Jakari and turned the gun on himself in the woods. The grandmother is in an Atlanta hospital in critical condition. 2 other children, ages 11 and 12, were inside the home and were the ones who called 911. Their uncle picked them up after the incident. Newton County Sheriff's Office asked that anyone with additional information call 706-717-9915.
All right. I'm trying to adjust this so I don't get any what am I trying to say? Echo. So let me give you guys my closing thoughts. I'm going to show you guys a picture here real quick. I think I might have kind of messed up the contrast a little bit. I don't know if I can undo that. Probably not. But I'm going to show you guys a picture here real quick if you don't mind. Let's see. Where did it go? If I can get it to... Uh-oh. Having a little bit of a problem. Well, let me see if I can do it here. All right, so let's pause that right there if I can. I don't know if I can or not. It looks like I'm having some system issues. I want you guys to take a look at this picture, and I want y'all to tell me, when you look at that picture, what do you guys see? I'm just kind of curious what y'all think, if y'all are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. So here's what I want you to remember. I want you to remember that this man killed multiple people, including his own daughter, beautiful little girl, and then shot and killed himself. So he is not in custody. He is deceased. So what does that say about this picture here? Thank you. I want to see if somebody is going to understand what this picture says. Can we get a hashtag date thugs, date death in the chat, please? Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Have I been wrong yet about this? It is a mugshot. No, he is deceased. When he called the police or called 911 and said that he was about to kill his daughter, he killed his daughter and then killed himself. He's dead. He's gone. He's deceased. So where does this picture come from if he is currently not alive? That means that he was a criminal in the past. Thank you. How many more examples am I going to have to present to show these people that you need to maybe change your dating habits? I wasn't able to get his full criminal history, but yes, this is a thug. Stupid is as stupid thugs. You had a thug around your kid. You made a thug with a kid. And what this man did? He behaved like a thug does. Emotional and irrational. And then not only did it end up costing you your life, but it cost you your daughter's life. And he ended up ending his life because he did not value himself. Like I always said, when these boys grow up and they don't have fathers in their life, they don't value themselves properly. So if they don't value themselves, they're going to go out into the world and not value other people the way that they should, which is how we get to this point. I continue to keep saying that and stressing that, hoping that we can make a change in this war for our children. The babies can't speak for themselves nor defend themselves against the tyranny of their caretakers. So this story ends in a tragic way, and everybody that lost their lives in this story, except for the dad, we wish them an RIP and condolences to the family, to that beautiful little girl, young princess, RIP. But thank you guys so much for listening to her story. Make sure you share it, leave a comment, and let me know what you guys think, okay? Thank you.